Hello, my beautiful souls. Welcome into another daily reading. I had to escape my household because one of my roommates is blasting Spanish music while he cleans his car. And I decided, or I was guided rather by spirit, to go to a spot nearby, a new spot. And I don't know if you can hear it. You probably can't because the car is on this side, but where I live is just down that way, and I can still hear the music. Anyways, let's jump in and see what the day is all about. For this daily collective, what do we have? Thank you, Spirit. I feel like Spirit's saying we're going to make sure things go smoothly for you. There's a feeling of you maybe not 100% certain in regards to this. Maybe that's because of your past. Maybe it's because of your current day reality. But there's certain factors pushing you to feel less confident in regards to things. Maybe not transitioning smoothly, but continuing after the fact smoothly. And it could be one or the other, if not both. But Spirit's saying we have your back and things will go smoothly regardless. What else do we have? I feel like this day may involve certain energy factors that are very abrupt, while certain other ones seem to be very chill, maybe more chill than they normally are. Whether it's where you're living, that feels chill, but then where you are working, that feels kind of, abrupt in energy. It could be more one person versus another. But let's get some cards. What else do we have? For my beautiful collective, the Knight of Cups. So look at this. It feels like this is absolutely playing into what we were speaking upon in the beginning about things, going smoothly, because you seem to be in this very, maybe emperor kind of state of being, having that mindset and a bit of approach. But it's like you are very thoroughly thinking about how to shift your game pieces moving forward, not wanting things to fall flat like they did before, not wanting things to go abruptly to an ending. That was poor wording, but they keep giving me a vision of the Tower card. And so they're saying, you need to recognize and remember that where you're at now is way more spiritually connected in a positive sense than before, okay? And so it's going to play into things going smoothly as you figure out this and that of importance beforehand to help you shift forward and, move your game pieces strategically. You may even find that Spirit says there's an occasional game piece or two in the near future that you don't even need to touch. It's like just take a moment and let your spirit guides or spirit in general, let the universe shift that piece for you in the right direction. And I just heard eventually it's going to be a moment where you get to say checkmate, okay? Checkmate, I win, right? And for some of you, I feel Spirit wanting to finish that with, I win for once, And so while you're being prepared for more wins in the future, while I feel you're stepping into a bit of a winning season otherwise, it just feels like things are about to work out for you, but it doesn't always feel like it, But it's almost as if in the midst of which people are gaining more respect for you. You can't help but feel like this is going to gain you more abundance in other forms. But I also want to say that somebody's gaining clarity in regards to what kind of car you're meant to get in the future. What else do we have? I also feel like some of you need to wear a ring. I know I'm getting that very specifically. What else do we have? Stay in your own lane if you intuitively feel that's the right choice. Now splitting the deck to the Sun card, Spirit saying, why are you feeling a lot happier than recently? Because like we spoke upon in the last daily read, you went through a significant shift of importance. It feels like Spirit is saying where things need to gradually heal, they will. And you need to let them, you need to even assist with this process or those processes. It feels like where they're saying as well, where things are meant to shift towards better energy like they recently did. Maybe you're still, it may still be happening for you, the end stages of which, but they're saying happiness is yours for the taking. You're going to feel brighter. You may even feel healthier. There's something about this being a time that reminds us it's a new day, it's a new dawn, if you will. There's a reminder as well coming through that just because you're not where you want to be doesn't mean you can't make it better than it's been, right? Or it could be. And so it reminds you of the power that lies within your control in the midst of preparing once again to give birth to something very, very epic for you. And I also want to say that you kind of internally want to create a little bit of, I don't want to say commotion, maybe that's accurate for some of you, but it more so feels you kind of want to express yourself in a bit more of a less dull kind of way, more of a colorful way, as I'm seeing this imagery here. And so there's a feeling of you wanting to outwardly say, I've changed, I maybe just need a release. The reasoning could vary from case to case, from beautiful soul to beautiful soul. And also I feel like there's something about you needing to create a bit of music in your life, whether it's literal music, you could be someone who needs to sing, write music, what is it called? Compose music otherwise, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's more figurative for you, where they're saying create the music in your life by expressing yourself now. I knew wearing a yellow shirt was going to feel very on point for this energy collective. And while this day shifts on forward even more, even if you feel like the shift you went through recently came to a close, it's like your mind is going to continue or start to shift. It's like now you're going to be viewing people especially differently, and you're even going to be able to help and assist other people because of this, and other reasonings too, that leave you feeling more supported at the end of the day because of it. It's this feeling of spirit saying what goes around comes around, where you've helped people, where you've done the right thing, where you put your best foot forward. That's going to start to, throughout this day and moving forward, come back around to assist you, where you throughout this period decide to do the right thing, say by helping somebody, or just maybe putting yourself out there to assist, whoever. You're going to find that this quite instantly helps you feel a sense of reward flowing into your energy fields. And you're going to feel, especially around, I know I'm getting 3 o'clock, between 3 and 4 o'clock, it's like your magical energy starts to take over, but differently. It's almost as if you start to look around and think, was it my energy that just shifted? Feel it for a second. It's absolutely your energy that shifted. It's like you're floating into, or just shifting into, a more empowered state of being, and that's even going to leave you with more expression of positivity, of importance, and more happiness by the end of the day. Where there's a little bit of nervous energy in your midst, whether it's spiritual and or otherwise, they're wanting you to remember that you have control over how much weight you give certain energies and other aspects of your life. I'm not saying it's going to change how it affects you, fully or at all, but you know what I'm saying? It's like if you focus on that heavy energy all day or for a chunk of time, I guarantee you're going to feel more affected by it. I guarantee it's going to end up being something that, is more frustrating in the end or in the moment than it could have been, should have been. Also, there's something about your recent past where Spirit's saying nobody's perfect. Coulda, woulda, shoulda, let it go. Live and learn, let it go. Because you're going to need to do a lot of that in the future. And they're saying that absolutely could pertain partially in the future to other people's actions. But I want to leave our reading at that. I know it's completely random, but I do have to shift on forward to the next reading. Take care, my beautiful souls.